What's going on, guys? It's Michael MGF, and today I'm going to be doing another LEGO Star Wars 2014 analysis video on the recently revealed UCS Slave 1, and I didn't think I would see the day. I mean, this has finally happened. A UCS Slave 1 is finally a thing and going to be released as an official set. Most likely, I would assume that by the end of next month, and maybe it'll get a VIP release similar to the Tumbler. And speaking of the Tumbler had a pretty close piece count to the Slave 1 here. The Slave 1 has 1,996 pieces, which is only like 100 or so more pieces than the Tumbler had. Therefore, I think we can safely assume that this thing's going to be another 200 bucks. So prepare your wallets. But I mean, this set still does look phenomenal, though. It does include 4 minifigures and 5 if you include Han Solo frozen in carbonite, and all of which look absolutely fantastic. And this is officially the best Boba Fett that we have to date. The leg printing, we've already seen leg printing on a Boba Fett minifigure, but this is definitely a nice step up for the leg printing. But now we've got arm printing and a bunch of other things. But I mean, we'll get into all this right now. I just hit my printer. Why do I hit my printer in every analysis video? Anyway, we'll get into all this right now. So let's get started. So back on topic with what I was just saying, this new Boba Fett has arm printing. This is the first Boba Fett since the Cloud City that we are getting arm printing, and that is awesome. It's about time. It's only been like, what, God knows how many years, and so that's really good to see. And the arm printing itself looks absolutely fantastic, and this is why I bitch about certain things that the LEGO Group does wrong in some of their sets, because I know they are more than capable of some pretty awesome printing. And but it does make sense though, because obviously there are not going to be as many people buying these sets, and therefore you can have luxuries like that for these minifigures, these very limited minifigures. So I mean, it's still really awesome to see. Other than that, it's the same torso, same helmet, and the blaster is new. Looks like crap. Not excited for it. It's just the same gun that we've seen since the Alien Conquest sets first started coming out, with a black lightsaber hilt shoved on the front. So that's why we have Brick Forge. But I mean, other than that though, we have the same Han Solo minifigure. I believe it could be a new face, if I'm not mistaken. That is correct. It is a new face, and that looks awesome. The torso and legs we've already seen before. However, the Bespin guard over here is completely new. Aside from his face, the face we've seen many times in the past. But other than that, and his hat, he's a completely new minifigure. So once again, aside from the face and his hat, he's a completely new minifigure featuring some brand new printing, and that is super awesome to see. Not to mention the new Stormtroopers, which is really awesome to see as well. We get some of these in the Star Destroyer, but this time around they are showing up in the Slave 1, which is really cool to see. And still not really that huge of a fan of the new mouths for the Stormtroopers, but they still look awesome. And I actually have yet to get my hands on one, because if you guys don't recall, I didn't exactly get my hands on most of the new summer sets, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, the Han Solo in carbonite piece is the exact same as we saw way back in 2010. It is literally the same piece, if I'm not mistaken. It looks exactly the same to me, and it's still really great to see, though. It was a great piece back then, and it's a great piece now. So other than that, though, that's pretty much it for the minifigures. Alright, so now taking a look at the actual Slave 1 itself, there's a lot to see here. However, we have a pretty limited amount of pictures that don't really show a lot. We don't even have a photo of the back of the box, but I will do my best to figure out what features are going to be coming with this thing. And starting off with the fact that we've got the Ultimate Collector Series label on the bottom left-hand side of the box of the Slave 1, and that was seen previously with the Sandcrawler from earlier this year. And then on the right-hand corner of the box, we've got what appears to be a actual stand for the Slave 1. So you're not just going to be laying this down on your shelf. You're going to actually have a stand to position this thing on to see it in basically its full glory, because I honestly think the Slave 1 is definitely a lot cooler in flight mode. So that's really awesome, and definitely great to see for this set. And obviously the info board, as we get with all UCS sets. So that's really all the front of the box shows. Other than that, you got a pretty nice graphic that looks awesome with the Bespin background and the sunset and everything. So other than that though, you'll notice the very first thing that we notice with the actual Slave 1 itself is that it has an entirely new cockpit piece. So that looks definitely pretty awesome, and there's not really much else to add to it other than clearly it was made specifically for this set, and it looks awesome and clearly does this Slave 1 justice. But you'll notice that this thing has a ton of different sloping pieces. You'll notice a ton of different slopes, a ton of different cheese slopes, and a lot of angled plates. So there's a lot going on here in terms of design, and it all still looks really great and really smooth and accurate to the vehicle itself, as we saw it in Empire Strikes Back. And other than that, you'll notice that we have some features going going on here that include an opening ramp on the very back, which does look kind of odd, but it still looks pretty functional, and it's not exactly too exciting. From the looks of it, you just clip Han Solo's carbonite form onto it, and then you just, I guess, pull it in. It's not an actual ramp that folds down. From the looks of it, I could be mistaken, but once again, these pictures don't exactly show us a ton, and in that photo, you'll also get a good look at the back printing of the Bespin guard, so that's pretty cool to see as well. And yeah, so then back to the main photo here, we can see that this thing will clearly have some sort of array of stickers, and or LEGO was really nice, and they gave us a lot of printed pieces. You'll notice that this thing, on the front of the Slave 1, we've got a ton of gray details that all clearly look weathered, and those are either stickers, most likely stickers, or they're printed, and LEGO is awesome. And the same can be said for the wings. The wings clearly have some sort of stickers / printing, and so that's pretty awesome as well. And then this, this does continue on the very back. You'll notice another weathered angled piece, which is obviously on both sides of the Slave 1, so that's pretty cool to see as well. And this piece, or this set, is great for sand green pieces. We don't get a lot of sand green pieces, so for Halo fans out there trying to make your Warthogs, this is definitely an awesome set for that. But I mean, yeah, so another thing to note on is that the missiles on this set are maybe not actually functional. They could just be display pieces, but if you take a look at them, they look like they could potentially fire, but there's nothing in these images to actually confirm this. So from the looks of it, we've got some really awesome looking missiles on the front of the Slave 1 that may or may not do anything. Hopefully they do fire, because they look pretty awesome, and it looks like there has to be some sort of mechanism behind this. And speaking of mechanisms, one thing you'll also notice about the Slave 1 is that it appears to have the exact same, or not exact same, but similar mechanism to the one we saw in the Slave 1, for the 2010 Slave 1 variant, to where when you pick up the Slave 1 and have it in flight mode, then the wings will follow, and then they will reposition, obviously, you know, just gravitational balance purposes and things like that do that. Yeah, words. But yeah, so other things to note on with the Slave 1 here that I haven't already covered is the fact that it does also have what appears to be rotatable guns on the front. They could not be, but they do look like they can be rotated, the guns in the very front, because they are seen at an angle. So not totally confirmed if they actually can rotate, but it sure as hell appears as though they can. And but I mean, other than that, the only thing I can go over that we can see in these photos clearly is that it does seem to have a fantastic design. Can't wait to see the designer video of the Slave 1 and see the guy behind this one, because LEGO has just been crapping out amazing UCS sets this year, and this one is no exception, and hopefully I will be able to pick this one up for you guys. As you know, I have been in a pretty bad financial situation for about the past 8 months due to a lot of different circumstances, and therefore I haven't reviewed any of the larger sets that I wanted to review this year, but I was able to break that chain and review the Tumbler, so hopefully I'll be able to continue and review the Slave 1 for you guys. And I know that even if I can't, I'm still going to get it for Christmas, because holy crap, this is the best Boba Fett set to date. And given that Gareth Edwards, who directed Godzilla, is probably going to be directing a Boba Fett spinoff, this is going to be a set you'll want to have when that movie ends up rolling around in whatever year. So other than that, though, guys, that's pretty much it for the first analysis video that I'm doing right for this week. I'm going to be doing another analysis video on the rest of the Minecraft sets. The photos for those were also released, but this was just really awesome. And instead of ranting on the Minecraft sets, I figured I'd relax a bit more and talk about how amazing this new Slave 1 looks and how excited I am for it. So if you guys are excited too, be sure to let me know in the comments. But other than that, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Alright, so that's about it for this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this analysis video, and if you did, be sure to let me know by dropping this video a like below and or your opinion in the comments, as both of which definitely mean a lot and definitely go a long way. And if I did miss anything that is worth noting, then I strongly recommend you leave a comment down below so that you guys are walking away from this video with as much information as you can gather on this set. And as I said, this one will probably retail for $200, and I assume it'll release next month, so definitely be on the lookout for this set if you're interested, because I know probably all of us are. And other than that, though, you can also follow me on the Twitter and the Bookface. There I post all kinds of behind the scenes photos and updates of what I'm up to, and you know the whole deal. And I've been going to be showing a new Destiny figure here pretty soon, so I'm definitely pumped for that. And yeah, that's about it, though. And hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'm going to go. Alright.
Bye!
that was shown previously on the Sandcrawler from earlier this year, and then in the on the right, damn it. What's going on, guys? It's Michael MGF, and today I'm going to be doing another this is not a showcase.